Okay, if everyone would stand, we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. Mark, you want to lead us out again, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This is a special session tonight, so we're going to, our agenda is going to look a little bit different. We're not going to have public comments and things like that in this meeting because we will have all of that June 3rd. So we have the public hearings on all of this. So we will begin with roll call.
Lyon.
Ward 1 here.
Schaefer.
Ward 1 here.
Dillon. Massey.
Ward 2 here.
Ruffing.
Ward 3, Ruffin here.
Lockwood.
Ward 3, Lockwood
Carter. Heisman.
Ward 4, Heisman.
Okay, so we have 6, we have a quorum. First resolution, number 47, is the local law number 6, water and sewer rates. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion?
This is just for the public hearing, it's next meeting at 6, or,
Yes,
for the
this
next
is-
meeting at 6:15.
Yes, it is. It's just the hearing that we're approving today. So all of that will go over next in June. And I think everybody, all the aldermen, I'm pretty sure, ended up with information I sent with regard to what it really breaks down to was $11 a quarter for an average household. If you have 10 kids, you can expect you're going to have a higher rate, but it's not as scary as the percentages might lead you to believe. So, okay, any discussion? And can we get a roll call, please?
Lyon.
Yes.
Schaefer.
Yes.
Massey.
Yes.
Ruffing.
Yes.
Lockwood.
Yes.
Heisman.
Yes.
Okay, and the next one is resolution number 48, local law number 7, appointed city treasurer referendum. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Okay. This particular one is also a public hearing that we're trying to schedule for June 3rd. And what we're looking at is certainly moving it from a position of an elected position to an appointed position due to the fact that we've had a declining population for many years now. And the challenge with it is for 8 months, I've been looking for someone that could step in and run. And there isn't anyone in Little Falls. We are constrained by the geography. When it's an elected official, they have to live in the city of Little Falls. They can't live in the town of Little Falls, they can't live in Danube or anything else. If it's appointed, then we have the flexibility, the geographic flexibility to be able to draw adjoining communities. So I think that that's going to help us a great deal. We are in the position financially as a city that we don't have time to fool around. I cannot bring somebody in who is not qualified. This is a much more sophisticated environment than we've had in past years. A lot of financing, a lot of financial management that we're dealing with. I need top drawer, and I won't accept anything less if I can help it. I can't take a dog groomer, I can't take, a hairstylist. I need somebody who really is into accounting to be able to do the job. And Sarah is going to be leaving us. She's going to be going down to two days a week in June is what she's been expecting. But even Sarah, she lives in the town, she was moving to the town of Mannheim, I guess where the family farm is, and that would prohibit her from staying. And so too many people that keep coming back, we're in the town, but every other street, you're connected to the town, and we can't employ them with an elected position. So that's what this is about. I know it went through and failed in 21. I am always a fan of elected, and so this is a really difficult decision for me, but I have to be practical and realize I need someone in that position worse than I need to worry about whether it's elected or appointed. I need somebody with skills. So That's what that's about. And I've got a lot of information I can share with you as we get into the next meeting. Sure.
I just want to say that the resolution, the referendum went down big last time in 2021. I was against the changing of it and wanted to keep it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be for it this time, in favor of it because of our situation. But I think what we need to do is we really have to expose this and get this out into the public as best we can, because this is a very difficult town when you go to change a charter.
Yeah.
I mean, some of our most popular mayors who, won overwhelmingly could not change the city charter.
Yeah.
And so we need to get out there and get amongst our people and let them know exactly what's going on and what we need for this. Because if we don't, and it goes down crash and burn, as we have discussed and other municipalities have discussed, you could get somebody in that position as a write-in voter, just shows up every day, don't have to do a thing.
And you have
And
to
that's
pay
what we
them.
can't afford to do. We can't afford it at this point. We gotta have somebody, we have a mover and a shaker. So
Well-
it's extremely important that we get a change this time. So, but if we don't get the populace out there to change their vote on, going forward, then we're POL, we're poop out of luck. So,
Well, I agree with you, and I think that I'm going to also ask the aldermen here to help me out with that and to be able to communicate it. And I've got quite a few talking points I can give to you. In fact, investors who are handling a lot of the bond funding for us prefer appointed over elected treasurers. In fact, there's usually a 12 to 23% decrease in rates by working with an appointed rather than an elected, because they know what they're getting. They're getting somebody who can handle the job. We've got Amsterdam did the same thing. We have Glens Falls who did the same thing. Amsterdam in particular went through deficit financing and the same track, and they changed to an appointed treasurer. And I've talked to her several times, it's working out beautifully for them. But when you start getting into this type of financial stress, we need people who are stellar. And it just can't be anybody that wants to write their name in and then that's a win, So you're right, but it's going to take, I have a lot of ideas and I think we'll push it out. We'll be in print, I'll do some podcasts. There'll be a variety of things to make sure that people understand the importance of it. And I think that if looking back, the 21 rejection to me was not articulated strongly enough, the positives of going that direction. I think we can do a better job of explaining it. And certainly, I understand it much better now than I did on the outside, because I was not for it when it was running before. I thought it was I didn't want to change the tradition, but we're in a different boat now.
how's the timing of this going to work too? What date for the referendum vote do you have? Is that going to be election day in
Sure.
November?
Yes, it's not a separate election. It will go in the general election, it'll be on the ballot.
So the treasurer position is open, so somebody could actually win that on the same day though, right?
They could win it on the same day, but if the referendum takes hold, if it's voted in, then everything January 1st comes to a screeching halt, and we are appointing only. So even if you were elected, you would not. You would be in the line of whether I would appoint or not. And it's an appointment that the mayor appoints with council approval. And there's several things that we can do to keep it honest, where, a little bit more reporting, a little bit more engagement than what we've had in the past. I think that'll help. But when you're hiring somebody, the other beauty of it, when you're hiring somebody who is reporting to you, if they fail to meet your expectations, you can fire them immediately and replace them with somebody else. You cannot do that with an elected treasurer. You are stuck with that person for 4 years. And the concern from people is, the community doesn't have a say in everything. To be able to have a voice in who is elected and all. The problem is, most of our city, they're not intimately involved in the books. They can't possibly be. So how much do they know? And then when you have somebody that they can't get rid of for 4 years, we've got a mess on our hands. And that you can look at what happened before with the elected person, and they lasted less than 6 months. They walked off. What if the person had, at least that was the good thing for them to do, what if they stayed? So, you know,
And he had an accounting background.
having an accounting background.
I know, but at least, you know, I
Yeah.
mean, you could get Joe Schmo from Guadalajara.
You could, but there's accounting and different levels of accounting, so.
I know.
But anyway, I agree with you all. So on this, any more discussion? Are we ready for a vote? Okay, roll call?
Lyon,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Ruffing,
Yes.
Lockwood,
Yes.
Heisman.
Okay, and our next one is resolution number 49, the Membrane Filtration Quotation from Koester, is that how you say it? Koester Associates. Chet, you want to give us the, well, let me bring it to the floor first. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
A second?
Second.
Okay. Chet, do you want to give us a description here of what we're looking at?
So this is the membrane filtration unit that will be doing the work of producing up to 1 million gallons a day of clean water in parallel with our slow sand filter plant. This system that's quoted in the package is what we worked with Bright Pierce Engineers and the Department of Health to come to agreement on an approval, and was approved by DOH, system for us to install. So we've worked quite a bit to get to this point where we're ready to construct. Get us online before we start having significant issues this summer. So this quote's ready to go. DOH approved. I have drawings and specs available if anybody wants to look at them between now and well, whenever. Crew is scheduled, we're ready to go. You know, timing is really of the essence here, so we can get this online in the summer. They'll be starting construction, if this is approved tonight, they'll be starting construction within 2 weeks. We'll have the majority of the equipment online by really the early June. One long lead item, which is the UV system that's at the end of this trailer that they're looking at end of July for. So we'll be online August 1st.
So to clarify too, this has already been approved, appropriation has been approved for this through a ban, and this is just to execute the contract with the contractor, right?
This is correct. This is just to move forward with the contract. The resolution for the ban has been approved. I don't think we've gone after the financing yet. I think that that's
Okay.
the financing for that ban is still coming.
We're still working on that. Okay. Have any discussion, any questions? Okay, ready for a vote? Roll call?
Lyon,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Ruffing,
Yes.
Lockwood,
Yes.
Heisman.
Yes.
And the next one is mayor comments. I'm not going to give any comments tonight. I'll save that for our next meeting as a regular meeting. Is there anything else anyone of the councilmen would like to discuss before we adjourn? Okay. The next is adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. That's it. Thank you, everyone.